Hello, hello, and welcome into episode 18 of Pixel Yaps, starring myself, Cesire, and my co-host here.
Loonaromi, hi. How you
Hello.
doing?
We're doing all right.
How's doing all right? Doing the
It's
things, running the treadmill.
yeah, it's been a busy one, so we apologize in advance if things aren't as prepared as normal, but
So in a way we're like less prepared, and in a way we're more prepared.
yeah, it's a really
It's
weird
a really
place.
strange combo, yeah.
Yeah.
But we're here.
Mhm.
Yep. That's what matters. We're here. We're doing the thing.
Yeah, and we actually do have a lot to talk about, but as always, we can start with what we have been playing lately. And I can tell you, Luna has been having a lot of fun with a game we'll have to talk about again next week.
Yeah. I've been playing Cult of the Lamb finally. And last podcast I said that I'm kind of upset about like the the Woolhaven snowy thing being a thing where you first need to play the majority of the game, kind of an end game thing that you can
Mm-hmm.
only do, towards the end game. Um and so I wouldn't have snow. And at first I was a little bit butthurt by that, and I was considering not playing it out of spite. But
That
but I
sounds
quickly
like Luna.
changed my mind and was like, "You know what? I'm just gonna suck it up. I'm gonna suck my emotions up, and I'm gonna go play it." And I did, and I have had way more of a blast with it than I ever thought I would. At first, it was, like, really scary, because like, it just fighting stuff is scary, right? Um,
Well, yeah, and I mean, the design of the monsters is not your aesthetic at all, so I get what you're saying.
No, not at all. So I was just terrified, really. But then like I noticed like I have my favorite weapons now and I can destroy stuff and it's fun. And it's I can roll dodge. I really like roll dodging. If
Mhm.
you've ever watched me play a game like Elder Scrolls Online, I roll dodge everywhere. So any game that has roll dodging is like a big win for me. Um yeah, no, it's been a lot of fun. I have not gotten past the I've gotten past the second boss a couple times. I think I need to do it 2 more times to unlock the door. And yeah, we've just been taking it really easy. We've been building our donut cult on stream, and I've been feeding everybody grassy donuts. It's fine. It's great.
Yeah, honestly, I wasn't fully sure if you would resonate with it because it's like there's just some games where you're like, well, I really like it, but like with
Yeah.
Luna, um, so I was really excited to be honest that you took to it so well and that you like have actually been wanting to play it even when it's not scheduled. Um, because we can very easily co-op it together. That's the other nice thing. Although I
Yeah.
will I will say the co-op is a little bit jank, but it exists and it's
Yeah,
easy to
so
drop in and out.
so I'm playing it again Friday night, just saying, if you wanna hop in. You totally could.
Uh, Good to
But
know.
yeah, no, it's been a lot of fun, and we've even it's kind of really it's I'm gonna be honest. So I don't know if I would be enjoying it as much as I am outside of stream, because one of the big things I'm enjoying it is like the chat interactions have just been a lot of fun. Like chat being able to decide my fate,
Mm-hmm.
it's always
Mm-hmm.
a treat. And
Yeah.
we've created our little chant. We have a little lunar cult chant. It goes lam 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 lam. It's great. Everybody types an exclamation mark chant whenever we do anything chant worthy. It's really fun. I don't know. I'm really enjoying it. Um, so I think I'm gonna be playing it again this week. And then I'm probably gonna take like a break for like a week or two because I'm backlogged with other things.
Dude, we got Next Fest
But
right around the
yeah.
corner. I am
Oh my god,
not
that
ready.
too. Oh no, I'm not. I'm
End of
nowhere
this
near
month.
ready. Oh god. Yeah, I'm
And
gonna
it's a
have to take a
short
break from
month.
cult. It is a short month. Oh my
Uh,
goodness.
but yeah, I think that's why Cult did so well though, because it got that cult following for lack of a better word. And like the integration, obviously it does it has issues, especially when you start getting into multiplayer.
Right.
But when it works, and it does work most of the time, like it's so nice, and just like people being able to make their little cultists and feeling like they're actually
Mhm.
a part of things, like it creates a really unique experience, and it's a good game. I'm excited. We wanted to get into the DLC, but life got really hectic, so
Yeah.
uh I'm hoping I'm gonna get to it next week to start it, but we'll see.
Before Steam Next Fest.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Um, I'm trying to think of what other games I've been playing, but mainly it's just been
I
Cult. I've been getting into Final Fantasy, but I've done more of that off of stream than on stream.
Yeah. It was like
Because it's
Cult,
not the first time.
Palia, and Final Fantasy that you've been playing, I think.
Pretty much right now it's called Paleo and Final Fantasy. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And hopefully soon Star Sand Island. But we'll see.
Yeah, which we'll be talking a little bit about that later.
Mhm.
An update for y'all. I managed to get a few new games in before
Oh.
everything went crazy.
Mhm.
I started an interesting little it. A lot of people came in and they're like, "This looks a lot like Sims." It's a game called Ghost Keeper, and basically
Yeah,
you
about that.
are like the manager of a bunch of ghosts, and you have to scare or kill the humans and get them out of your place,
Mhm.
to like win the round. And so they're like different types of ghosts that have special skills, and then there's kind of more universal skills, and you can kind of you pick and choose which ones you want to try for a run and choose their skills. And it was really cool.
Okay.
I tried it right before its actual early access launch, so we had a couple of bugs, um, and just a little bit of pains there. But I'm excited to try it again now that it has done that launch, because they mentioned they're like, well, we know all of these bugs that will be fixed.
Okay,
So
that's
we'll try
cool.
it again. It's got a lot of potential. I think it's one of those games where I'm like, yeah, early access makes sense, because then you can build the ghosts with the community and figure out like how does the community interact with the map. Because for me, I was
Mhm.
like, I want more stuff that the ghosts can interact with. Like that was my first piece of feedback. It's just like, okay, like in a room,
More.
there's only one thing that they can telekinetically play with, but like there should be a
Yeah.
ton. But like that'll come
Mhm.
later, I'm sure. Um, but yeah, it's got a
The
lot of potential.
top down view kinda reminds me a little bit of Clue.
Yeah, it
Um,
does.
just the way it's furnished and stuff, the art is very, very reminiscent of Clue.
Yeah, and they had like a couple different levels. So that's like the mansion one, and then
Okay.
later you could go to there was like a cemetery. So you were outside,
Ooh,
which was a lot of
creepy.
fun. Yeah, and that one was really cool. And they have like these different challenges basically. So like for the cemetery one, you had to make sure that the priest didn't light all the candles, or else
Mhm.
you wouldn't be able to free a new ghost type. And so
Okay.
they have like this replayability where it's just like, well, you don't have certain ghosts until you hit a certain level, but you can go back to older levels with that ghost, and you might be able to get different interactions, or
Mm.
yeah, it was pretty fun. I liked it. I actually, it's one of the few companies I've ever actually reached out by email, because a lot of times I like get an email, or I do it through like Press
Yeah.
Engine, And so it was one of the
Mhm.
few that I've reached out by email to test out their game. So I was really excited to try it. And
Oh, that's cool.
I think it'll be really good. I know with like some of my community definitely got a little motion sickness, so hopefully
Mm.
they take that feedback to heart, because I think the ghost movements were really messing with people.
Okay,
Um,
fair.
but yeah, I tried that one out, and then I got to try out a delightful game that I had never heard of until they emailed me. Because it's not
Oh
really my
god.
genre. It's called Chumini Tiny Army.
Mini? Okay.
Chumini. And it was so much fun. So it's a vampire, like a survivor like game. Um,
Mhm.
but the reason I was drawn to it immediately is because you're not like collecting weapons, you're collecting little armies of guys, like these little dudes that do different things. So like one of them was like love, and that one would heal you. And some of them were like, oh, this one is
Aw.
jealous. And so they would like get mad and like fight everybody till they were, till they were dead. And it was just this really cute little colorful chaotic survivor like that got really hard at the end. um and they changed it to where like it didn't have levels, but it had you basically are just on a timer. You have to survive the timer and then bosses
Okay.
will show up and stuff. And I really liked it. I wasn't very good at it,
Yes,
but I really liked it.
said before the podcast, obscure games.
Yeah, well, I don't. They just. I think it was through Press Engine or something. I don't know. I don't know how they found me, but I was just like, oh my gosh, that. I've only played one other Survivor like on stream, and it was Kitty's Last Adventure. And obviously, I was like, well, yeah, I'm a cat and a UFO. Of course, I'm gonna play this. So, if you want me to play your Survivor like game, I think the key takeaway is it's got to be cute and it's got to be colorful, or else I'm not interested. But I'm excited to get
Your
into that
eyes
some
need
more.
to be stimulated.
Well, I feel like a lot of them
Oh
are
my
like
God.
dark, they're kind
Yeah.
of a darker aesthetic and a bit more violent. But this one was kind of just like, yeah, look at these little smiley blobs.
It looks so silly. It looks so cute and silly.
Yeah, I really, really liked it. And then the only other one that I tried that was new, and this one was voted on by the community. I finally got
Cool.
to try out the game Snacko.
Oh,
And
that's been on my list for a while.
it's so good. It's so
Yeah?
good. Yeah, it's like Stardew, but I get to be a cat. I'm a little cat. And so like you're building up your new land and there's all these silly little characters and it's kind of got like a Paper Mario look to it a little bit and I was having
Yeah.
so much fun. I was
got
having
both, it
yeah.
seems. It's like very like your character is more
yeah.
2D.
Yeah, the
And then
character's
the
2D
world
and
around is more 3D.
yeah, it is very
Yeah.
it works though. Like it wasn't jarring.
Okay.
I mean, I liked it enough that I'm splitting Guild Wars 2 with Snacko
Oh,
tomorrow.
wow. Oh,
So,
wow.
yeah, like if that's a pretty good gauge of how much fun I was having with it. And I don't
Seth
really,
loves Guild Wars 2.
I
She
do.
wasn't already married. She's married to Guild Wars 2.
But yeah, it was fun. There, it really had that kind of Stardew Valley vibe, but with a bunch of kitties and animals, and like the art is adorable and the writing is silly. I like it.
Speaking of Stardew Valley.
Aha! That's actually a good transition because I am done with these.
So this is exactly something I've been playing, but I got to go to the Stardew Valley Symphony of Seasons concert, and oh my god, I loved it so much. It was so wonderful. I honestly, I almost didn't go. My anxiety almost got the better of me, and I was like, no, come on, let's just go. Because like I don't like driving at night because I have astigmatism, right? So like it's very exhausting for me to drive at night. And then it was like an hour and a half drive away, and then it was late and a bunch of people, obviously. So all those things, my anxiety was like, no, let's just stay home, right? But I'm like, no, you're gonna go. That's it. That's final. We bought these tickets over a year ago. You've been excited for this. Every single month leading up to it, you're gonna go.
You almost
And we did
forgot,
go.
didn't you?
I did. I did. So, leading up to January, I've always been like, oh my god, Stardew Valley concert soon. Oh my god, ha ha ha. And then January came and it just poofed from my mind completely. And then our friend Olava actually mentioned she was gonna go in, I think, March. And I was like, oh my god, that's right. The Stardew Valley concert. And my heart just sank for a moment because I didn't look at the date at that point and I was really terrified. It was already past the 31st of January. Turns out I had like 2 more days left for the 31st. So I instantly called my aunt to make sure that she was still okay looking after the toddler. And turns out my aunt did not forget. She was gonna ask me about it actually. Like, so Luna? I was like, oh my god. So, all good things. It was really lovely. Um, it's just really fascinating. Like Concerned Ape did all this himself. Like he completely does starting himself. It was like just him um composing all these songs on a computer, going, "Oh, this sounds good. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's try and add this. Beep boop beep. Okay, cool. That sounds good." And when they approached him about doing like a concert with like, an actual orchestra, it was like, wow, my little beep boops. So, yeah, it was very wholesome, and they had some art that they played in the background, like had Stardew Valley videos and stuff to go hand in hand with certain songs. But then they also did art exclusively for it, and it had like some soft animation, and it just very much reminded me like what you would see in like a Studio Ghibli movie. And now I cannot describe to you how much I want a Stardew Valley Ghibli movie. Like that's all I've been thinking about. Um because it just fit so well and was so cozy. I really, really, really loved it. I loved that we went. And for the very first time, me going to an event like this, I actually said, heck it, I'ma buy merch. Because I didn't buy merch when I went to watch Coldplay many, many years ago. And I always regretted it. I didn't buy merch on the ESO 10 event in Amsterdam, and I regretted it. So this time round, I was like, that's it. We're buying merch. I'm gonna close my eyes at the price. Everything will be fine. Holy moly. The merch was not cheap.
I bet.
Um, we paid like $100 for merch. We got a shirt, we got a tote bag, we got a keychain. Fancy got a little tour booklet. And we got a little music box for the baby because the baby loves music boxes. It's really cute. I think the music box was way overpriced, not gonna lie. It was $25 for the music box. And it was like it's a really short loop. So I feel like that's a bit yeah. Um but the concert itself was wonderful. We then like it ended at around 10:30ish p.m. So then we had to drive home. And oh my goodness. Were we holy moly. I don't think I've ever paid this much for parking, Cess.
Oh no.
Like we paid $20 for parking. $20. I have never paid $20 for like 3 hours of parking.
Oh,
Like,
that's an American staple.
holy, it's like usually a buck an hour here. Like 20, I was like, I was gonna be okay with like 5. I was like, it's probably gonna be like 5, maybe 10. 20? I was like, nah. So yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Price of entertainment, I guess, and
holy
somebody owning
moly.
property for you to park on.
Swear. No, but it was really lovely. It was really good. I highly recommend if Stardew Symphony is coming to a place near you to check it out because it was really lovely, especially like if you enjoyed a game and like it's just it's one of those things like he's the creative Stardew concerned Ape has said so many times before and he hasn't so far either that he will never charge for any Stardew update. And at the concert there was a little video that he recorded and he was like, I don't think Stardew will ever be completely done because it's his baby. He loves Stardew. He loves the community around it. And he's gonna keep on, creating with it. In line with that, I did see that there was some criticism that he received for Haunted Chocolatier. A lot of people think that he's just gonna scrap it and put it into Stardew instead. And I'm sitting here like, okay, but even if he does, would that be a bad thing?
Well, that's like not gonna happen. Like,
No, exactly. I don't think that's gonna happen. But even if it does, why would that be such a bad thing? Like
I
we
don't
love
know.
Stardew.
Yeah, I don't know. People are weird. They're so entitled. It's just like, listen, the game will come out when it comes out,
Hmm.
and y'all need to chill. because
Let devs take their time. So many times people complain that a game is released unfinished and stuff, and it has so many bugs, and oh my god. But then when a dev takes their time, it's like, oh my god, released a game already. Like,
yeah, it's just like, let them cook. You get it when
yeah.
you get it. Just chill. At least it's happening.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it was very, very lovely. Highly recommend giving it a go, giving it a watch if you're able to. I liked it. I liked it. Let's go
Nice.
again. The only thing I didn't like is the lady next to me.
Oh no, why?
Oh,
Too much
um,
perfume?
no, it was not the perfume. It was just her and her boyfriend, significant other, whatever. They were very vocal the whole time through. And like occasionally I would say something to Fonzie, but I would lean over and I would whisper. No, they were just blaring it out. And it was like I had like a monologue, like I had a narrator next to me basically. And he would say something in German, like say a name of something that they were doing on stage in German, and then she would say it in English. And then she would laugh and the whole and really loud, and then the whole time she was going, "Oh, oh, 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 that's so sweet." Oh, like really loud. And I'm like, "Bro, I love Stardew, but kindly shut up."
Yeah, I guess it's not the same etiquette as like in a theater production. Yeah, it's interesting.
I was trying to enjoy the show, and like I wanted to take this cute little video to show you guys some photos later. And like my favorite video that I took, you just hear her in the background constantly going, "Oh," and I'm like,
Oh
it's the
no.
only thing. And then she kept on like getting up from her chair and shifting. I guess she wasn't comfortable, but like, oh my god, it just uh, it was not good. That was the only like that nothing with the concert itself, but that lady next to me was annoying AF. Oh my
Uh,
god. Oh yeah.
nice. Well, I'm glad you went. Glad you didn't talk yourself out of it.
I'm not sure if Fonzie would have let me, honestly.
Yeah, I would hope not.
I think we're like, no, we're going. That's the end of it.
Right. That is all she wrote.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're just all happily waiting patiently for Haunted Chocolatier. And in the meantime, you can always just mod Stardew.
I did update my Stardew now. I did update all my mods. There might be, any of the streams this week may be split with Stardew.
That's fair. That's fair. All right. Well, why don't we pivot to games that maybe didn't get the care that they need? I'm sure many of you have probably heard about
What?
the MMO Ashes of Creation
Ugh.
and the fact that it seems to be shut down. I say seems to be
Mhm.
because everything's a little weird right now, but it seems
Praying,
they've
hoping that it's not the case,
I, it seems
I
like they
never
laid
invested in
everybody
it.
off.
Yeah. I
Scare.
never invested in it. I don't know what it is about Ashes, and I'm really sorry if I'm gonna be treading on some toes here. But like I don't know, something about it never felt right to me. And the fact that they had like Kickstarter and stuff open where they would be like, "Oh, support us for this and this many hundreds of dollars." I'm pretty sure at some point there was like a pack for like $1,000. Um, and you will then later get this and this exclusive in game. And it was like when they did it the first time, I was like, I mean, okay, I guess. But then they started doing it like with new stuff every single month, and I'm like, you're making all these promises, and you're making people reinvest in basically the same pack with different cosmetics over and over again from month to month. That's a lot you're asking to be invested in your game, and
Mm-hmm.
that just always rubbed me the wrong way. So I personally never um backed them in any way, shape, or form. Like I at the beginning I kind of kept up with some news, and then it just got down into that lane, and then I was like, okay, This game's gonna come out when it comes out, and when it comes out, I'm gonna try it, I'm gonna play it, I'm gonna see what it's about. Until then, I don't care. And I remember when the alpha first came out. Did it ever go into beta? I don't even know. Um,
I think it did very recently.
yeah, but I remember when the alpha came out, it looked nothing like what they had initially described, what people initially expected. And so I was like, "Yep. Yep, this is why we
Yeah.
wait."
Well, yeah, and so apparently part of what they were doing with Kickstarter actually was against the rules, but that's like a whole other
Mm,
thing. So like I looked into it a little bit because I did know some people who were like really excited for it. So I was
yeah.
just like, wait, this thing is just like suddenly shutting down. So I like looked into it a little bit and like apparently it had originally been funded by one dude. Like one dude was just like, um, I'm gonna fund this and we're
Mhm.
not gonna be beholden to anybody, blah 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 blah. But obviously people regularly underestimate how much it costs to develop a video game and
Yep,
especially
yep.
an MMO.
Yep.
And so eventually he definitely had to search for outside investment. And I know like they went with a publishing company for a little while. And
Mhm.
then as far as I could tell, they split from that publishing company. But in somewhere in the process, they ended up with a board, like a board of, directors or whatever.
It's so
Um,
weird.
and so basically, the guy who originally started the studio and funded it, he quit like a couple months ago or something.
Yikes.
He quit. He left because he was just like, I don't agree with what they're doing. I can't, in good conscience, keep I can't be a part of this. And a bunch of people left with him. Like they were just like, oh, if he's out of here,
As
then I'm out of here. And so
expected.
yeah, and then I think they just were like, okay, well, we're just gonna lay everybody off.
Okay.
And they're closing the studio, I think, but they haven't actually like said anything.
That is
And
insane.
yeah, and so
But also, like, I feel like something serious must have gone down the scene down behind the scenes because, like, if you yourself decide to create a game, right? And you completely find it on your own, and then later you find out, oh, actually, it's too expensive. I need more help. You get that help, and da 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 da. For you to then leave that game and everything behind like that, something very, very serious must have happened because, like, you feel that's your baby still, you know? It's like, I
mhm.
mean, heck, my VTuber is my baby. If I all of a sudden one day was like, "Yeah, bye," you can bet your butt that something serious happened behind the scenes because I love that thing. I would never just cold turkey it, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
like, yeah, um,
Well, yeah, and like the guys talked a little bit, but I think he has to be careful cuz he's, going for some legal actions.
yeah,
Um
obviously.
or he's
Makes
like doing
sense.
a public filing or something. So, I guess we'll get more information as it goes, but I was just like, wow, that's you don't. I mean, obviously, games close down all the time or just don't
Yeah.
release, but like there was just a lot of hype around that one, and so it was really surprising
Yeah.
to see that news because I was just like, wait, what? I didn't because there was really there wasn't very much indication that anything was wrong until
Yeah.
suddenly like he's gone and a bunch
They
of people left.
apparently they have raised over $3 million since funding started from Kickstarter.
Yeah, and it's just like
So that's
if you can't get an MMO off the ground raising that much money, like you have no business trying to be in the gaming business. Like,
yeah, I don't
well,
know.
yeah,
We don't know the full thing of it, and it's gonna be a while until we do know the full thing of it. I'm at this point honestly kind of hoping for the fans, for people who did support Ashes, that it will just be a massive delay. That it's gonna be a bit of a battle for like the original creator to get the rights back and stuff like that, and then they're gonna like start again or something. But the question there would be for me personally is does he still have any steam left after all that, to keep on
right.
going at it if he does get it back. So Yeah.
Well,
My
yeah.
condolences to people who backed it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Which, I mean, brings us into the topic at hand, which is just kickstarting in general. Um, because it
I
can be a
think,
mixed bag.
yeah, for me personally, I think kickstarting and supporting a smaller game is okay. For me personally, my limit with spending in a Kickstarter is 30 bucks. I usually not ever go above that. And I feel like if you do back a game on Kickstarter, you do need to be ready for that it's going to be maybe 5 plus years, and that there may be a chance that it's not going to come out. So whatever you back it with, be sure that you're not attached to that amount. So like for me, that's 30 bucks. Like if I lose 30 bucks, yeah, it sucks, but it's 30 bucks. I'll
Mm-hmm.
live. Um that's why like I backed Coral Island when that was on Kickstarter. No
Uh-huh.
regrets. It's a wonderful game. Haven't gotten into it.
Oh no. Oh, did my camera die? Oh, there we go.
I played it a bunch in its alpha. Um and then afterwards just I don't know, couldn't it just didn't grasp me. I do think it's a good game from everything I've seen. I just don't have to the starting is a bit too slow for me personally. Um it's a similar problem I have with a lot of farm games. A lot of farm games have a really, really slow start. Um and sometimes I can make it through past that curve, and sometimes I can't. With Coral Island, I've been struggling, but yeah, that's a game I support on Kickstarter, and I don't regret. Another game I support at Kickstarter is Star Sand Island, which hasn't come out yet. But again, as much as I loved the sound of that game, and as much as I loved the demo I played of that game, um, I still would not have backed it for more than 30 bucks because of that thing. Like, I still need to be aware that there's a chance that it's not gonna I mean, at this point, it's gonna come out, but, like,
Right.
before we were at this point, whatever I backed it with, I needed to be sure that I would be okay potentially losing this money if if it wasn't gonna release. And I think
Right.
that's what we kind of have to personally set ourselves up, like, give ourselves a cap, like, backing a game, is fun and stuff and can be exciting. But I think it's very important to do your research before you back the game and to not go crazy backing with like 500 bucks or whatever. Unless you're like,
Mm-hmm.
you got millions in your bank account, you don't need to worry at all, whatnot. Then sure, do whatever you want. Who am I to tell you what to do, right? But that's my opinion of it in general, I think.
I've backed, I think, 5 games. Um, and the only one, like, they've all come, oh, well, they haven't all come out yet, but the only one that kind of didn't live up to what they were trying to was Spells and Secrets.
Mm.
Which I mean, they still released. They still released,
I
and it
think
was
it
a
still
fun
has
game.
potential.
Yeah, but they
I
just
feel
ran
like,
they ran out of money, and they can't,
yeah,
they're not developing it anymore. Unfortunately, they had to move on, and so,
sad.
but it came out, and I was able to play it,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
it's not like they did. It's not like they didn't make the game that they set out to make. It's just they wanted to do more that they didn't
Yeah,
end up having time for. Um,
right. Yeah.
But then I also backed like I tend to back Chibig games, so I backed Mara and the or well, Koa and the Five Pirates of Mara. I backed
Hmm.
that one, got that one, played it. But Chibig is actually they do all of their games on Kickstarter, so they're incredibly reputable and they always
Right.
deliver. And so I'm backing another one of theirs, Elusive, which I'm very very excited about. What was so you said you backed Star Sand. Have they even sent you a message on Kickstarter about the release date?
No, no,
Yeah, that
no.
that rubs me a little the
Um,
wrong way.
no, it does. No, no, I 100% agree. I did. I have a bad track record of keeping tabs on my emails. Um, but I did scour my email to see if they had given us any sort of update, and they did not. So
Yeah, Chibik is really
That
good about it.
that did rub me the wrong way, and their launch is absolutely concerning me a little bit.
Mhm.
But
It's
like
just
I
a
said, I
lack of
did play their
communication.
yeah, exactly. I did play their demo, and I loved their demo. So like I have high hopes for the game once it launches. But at this
Yeah.
point, I don't know when that will be.
When I'm thinking it's like a language thing because it's a Chinese
Yeah.
company, so
Well,
it might
at
be
the
that they're
beginning
just getting
though,
better at marketing than we are.
at the beginning though, I feel like we always got two emails from Star Sand Island. Like we got one in Chinese in Mandarin, and we got one in English. Um, but then they just stopped, and that I'm not gonna lie, rang some alarm bells, set off some flags in my little brain. But yeah, I don't know. I played the demo and I freaking loved the demo. Like I stopped myself playing the demo because I didn't want to do what I did with Coral Island.
Mhm.
So I'm just, sitting here twiddling my thumbs and hoping
Yeah,
that
well, and it's like, okay, so they're launching into early access, you know? So I'm kind of like,
yeah.
what realistically, what are they doing between now and the new release date, which isn't very far away? That
Apparently, a friendo went into Reddit deep dive and found some information, and one of the devs apparently posted that they want the game to be a little bit more finished. Like they technically have it ready to be go into early access right now, but there's just a few more bugs and stuff, a few more things they'd like to have ready and fix before they put it into early access, which I can respect. But also, we shouldn't have to deep dive into Reddit to try and find that.
right. Well, and also it's like, okay, I can see why because they're asking a pretty steep price for early access. So
Yeah.
I can see why, but it's just that lack of communication always makes me nervous. It really
Mm,
does because I'm just like, well, like what?
absolutely.
And like it's just like you have your websites. You've got I mean they communicate a little on Twitter, but it's just like it's not that hard to just send out
It's
a
one
quick
post every like few
post.
months.
Yeah, like it's just I don't know. It's why when companies like fire their get rid of their community managers and stuff, I'm just like, ooh, you're gonna suffer for that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, in
that's
my
a whole nother can of
experience,
worms.
yeah, my experience with Kickstarter in general has been good, but I'm also very picky, um, and I tend to go for the lower amounts as well. I think I went a little bit
Mhm.
higher with Hawthorne, and I may have even gone a little bit higher with Elusive because I wanted a little statue. I don't remember right now, but like with Chibik, I don't even worry because they always deliver, like I
Mhm.
said. And I'm not too worried about Hawthorne either, especially. And I played there. I got to play a little bit of it during the Endix festival, because I was able to get like a little playtest key during that. It's
Mhm.
rough. It definitely is, and it still needs a lot of work, but it's got a lot of potential. But I'm
Yeah.
I mean, Kickstarter early access was kind of what we were wanting to talk about. And so like for me, if you're going to kickstart into early access, you really need to communicate. Like
Yeah, absolutely.
you really really need to communicate. Like I need to know like I need to see something every so often that lets me know that this stuff is still happening.
I feel like Coral Island was really, really good with their Kickstarter.
They have
Like,
really
up
good
until
social media.
recently, I still got, Kickstarter updates for Coral Island.
Yeah.
Like, they do it right. Like, that's an example of a game who was on Kickstarter, who did it right, in my opinion. Um, but yeah, I definitely feel like if you're gonna kickstart a game, communication needs to be there,
Mhm.
and you as the person who is supporting them, needs to be aware that you're basically throwing the money out the window and hoping that, it works out.
Yeah, because it's just like there's not much recourse for a lot of, especially these
No.
longer term projects, where it's just like you have to be prepared to get I wouldn't say grifted, but grifted.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's really, I mean, I still think like Kickstarter, backer kit, I think they're awesome. I think it is so cool that communities can come together and help fund a game that they believe in. Hold on, sorry.
Yeah, especially for like smaller dev teams or like a dev team of like one person, right? They're not going to be able to fully, I mean, sometimes sure, depending on how big the game is or what they aim to do, but sometimes they wouldn't be able to create what they want to create without the funding. And
Mm-hmm.
so I do think the fact that Kickstarter exists and there is a place where they can go present their idea, their project, and then people can decide, hey, yeah, this sounds cool, let me support them, or actually, kind of not a thing for me. I think that's really cool. But you, as a consumer, still need to be aware
Mm-hmm.
that you might not see a return of that.
Yeah, well, and it's a little different from like because a lot of a lot of Kickstarter is physical, like physical things, like kickstart these
Hmm.
dice or kickstart this board game, right? So like when it comes to kickstarting development of a game, like you got to understand that even the people who are like really good at estimating how much time it's going to take, it's just impossible to know because you never
Hmm.
know what's going
Oh,
to happen.
speaking of a board game, I don't remember what company it was, but there was I think it was, I don't know, a single player game recently that did pretty good, and then they wanted to do a board game of their game, and they did a Kickstarter for it. And I was like, "You guys, your game did really good. You guys are not a small company. You guys can pay for this. You don't need people to give you money to make this." So, as much as I liked that game, I was like, "I'm not paying for this." I don't know, that's something that rubbed me the wrong way as well. Like I said, for me, it's like definitely a thing of like if it's a smaller company, creative dev team, whatever, and they wanna, they need help to get their game launched and whatnot. I think that's great. If you're an established company and you've made a turnover of like millions, and then you're asking for more money to create a new project that's gonna further like bring back revenue to this original project, then no, you can pay for that yourself.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm glad it exists, but yeah, just, if you're a
Mhm.
person who doesn't have expendable income, like
Don't even look at it.
do it. Don't do
Don't
it.
even look at it.
Right? Like it is a choice. And again, like I said, all of mine have paid off. Like I've gotten all
Yeah.
of the things I've ever kickstarted so far.
Mhm.
Um so
Knock on
I've been
wood.
pretty lucky. But again, I also, kind of look into what I'm backing. So,
Yeah, fair, fair.
um,
Mhm.
yeah,
So yeah, everybody on Nash's creation, good luck.
good luck. I mean, and it sucks. It really does suck. I
It
know.
does.
I know. Tree's kind of fallen into that trap before, where he
Mhm.
got really into a game and like bought copies for his friends and stuff, and then it didn't turn out to be what he hoped it would be. And it
Yeah.
was, it's just a lesson learned. Like, there's no point
Mhm.
in trying to get angry about it or like refund it
No,
or whatever. It's just like that was that
but
was the
people will
lesson
be
I learned.
angry.
Oh, they will. Oh, they
People will
will.
be angry. It's gonna be funny to see the angry memes that come from it. I'm sorry. I'm that asshole that likes the angry memes on TikTok and whatnot. I find them really funny.
I'm just really sad for I know that there were creators that definitely were trying to make, they wanted
Oh,
that to be a big part
100%.
of their streams.
Yeah.
And so it's just like now they're kind of like, well, shit, what do I do now?
Mhm. Yeah, mhm.
Right? They've been like hyping it up to their communities, and it's just oof, oof. MMOs, man. I mean, this was
Microdoses.
always the risk with Palea. Like, it's not so much anymore,
Oh,
but
yeah.
like in the beginning, like that was very much
Wasn't
a
in Pelea's
risk.
first year, wasn't
They
there,
had to.
like, a
It got
chance of
bought.
them shutting down? Because
Yeah,
they
they
were
got bought
like,
out
yeah, they had
because
to.
they needed monies.
Yeah, mhm.
But it's worked out. It's worked out
I'm
because
glad it has.
yeah,
It's
but
a
it
good
could have
game.
easily
Always.
taken the same turn that like Ashes
Absolutely.
of Creation took.
Mhm.
So like you just have to you just you got to be aware that that's always a possibility. I mean, I still mourn Wildstar every day.
God.
It's just another one of those,
Oh,
and and especially like again with MMOs, like it's very
I think a
volatile.
friend. Yeah, I think that's I don't know if it was I think it was WildStar. Did WildStar have like an in-game store that you were able to put money into and get stuff in game?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, because a friendo, I don't want to say their name, but a mutual friend of ours was really into WildStar
Oh,
when it
I
came
know who it
out.
is.
And they spent a lot of money into WildStar. And so that's why they aren't big on spending money in MMOs and stuff anymore now, because they lost all that stuff. And
Hmm.
it kind of taught them how fleeting the digital world can be.
Right.
And so they've taken a very kind of casual um s- viewpoint stance when it comes to spending stuff on online games,
Yeah, well,
which
and
I
you
want to
have to be
adapt that.
careful. Yeah, well, because I mean, nothing is permanent. Just nothing is permanent ever. I mean, at least
It's the thing that I talk about with the Paleo Partner Program. I'm part of the Paleo Partner Program, and I love the Paleo Partner Program, but we have been spoiled. And if there ever comes a day, which knock on wood, it won't happen, but that the partner program has to dissolve, I'm gonna struggle. I'm gonna struggle because I'm gonna want to purchase every new thing that comes out because that's the treatment I've been getting.
uh, don't worry, it's easy not to because it's all way too expensive. They really get it. They really got to look at their
They,
prices.
yeah, I hope they do. I know a lot of us have been saying that. They need to
Mm-hmm.
lower it. And I
It's
know
just
one of the things like higher prices, more money, but also if you lower it, more people might actually buy it,
yeah. Well,
right?
that's the
Right.
thing is, it's just like it's kind of like I mean, maybe it's a little bit of a gamble, but I can guarantee you that I know me and Lava both avoid things that are just way too many coins. Like we buy
Yeah,
the cheaper stuff. I don't buy the more expensive properties, for example, because that
no.
hinges on where they're a little bit too much to me, and I sure as heck don't buy the fancy outfits.
No, I just showed them off. I'm like, look, sis, look
Yeah,
at
but
me.
for me, I'm just like, that's not worth it to me. Like, just full
Fair.
stop. It's
You
not
got different
like,
focuses. Yeah.
yeah, and I just can't, I justify. I spend a lot of money in Guild Wars too, but it's because they hit price points that I feel are fair, more comfortable
See,
for
that's
me.
me with Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
And Final Fantasy 14. I feel like for one, they don't have a store in game, which I love. I love that they don't have an in-game store that like an IRL money in-game store,
Right, right, right.
You have to go alt tab, you have to log into your Squeenix account, and then from your Squeenix account, you have to go to the Mog station and log in there. There's several hoops that you need to jump to get to their store page. Point one, which I love that because it doesn't make it as easy as just like opening it up and buying a thing like on like ESO or Guild Wars 2 Palea. Um and furthermore, a lot of things that they do offer are on the cheaper side. Like I got this might sound ridiculous, but I got a hairstyle last week for like $4. I would ESO never. ESO would never. That being said, on Final Fantasy, you technically only need one character to do it all. And so the prices are very much set with the expectation that you will only need them for this one character because they
Oh.
are, for the most part, I think there's some mounts that aren't, but they are more expensive. But for the most part, outfits, hairstyles, cosmetics in general are character bound, not account bound. So it's only $4 for a hairstyle, sure, but that's only for that one character that you're getting it.
Yeah, so I mean, they're still kind of nickel and diming you, but again, you had to go to a completely separate store page to do that,
Yeah.
which obviously that would drive me insane, by the way. But I don't need that extra level of, I'm pretty good about not spending my stuff.
Yeah, I'm not.
But
I'm not. I look at my
yeah.
PayPal account. I'm like, do I have monies in my PayPal account? Yes. Okay, me buy.
Yeah, different. We're two very different people when it comes to purchasing.
I'm not good at the self control thing.
Uh, but yeah, and I mean, like, obviously there are different levels of transactions because I mean Final Fantasy can get away with that more easily because they do have a subscription service that helps fund the
Mhm.
actual game. Whereas when you get to
Gotcha.
Palia, well, Palia is really
Right.
one of the further outliers because they have no other source of revenue.
I mean, they have the battle pass thingy now.
Yeah, but that's still through like that's still through all the store and stuff. So I
Mhm.
just mean like that, it makes sense why they pay, they put so much into their cash shop.
Mhm.
Um but then you've got like Guild Wars 2 and ESO where it's like, well, ESO doesn't have a force sub, but they do have a sub in the premium store. And so I'm always surprised that ESO doesn't have cheaper stuff in the cash shop. Cuz I'm just like, well,
Ugh.
you don't you already have like 10 sources of revenue.
ESO's Crown Store makes me groan so hard.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, like at the end of the day, as much as I want to complain about this and like as much as I'm annoyed and think it's unfair and think the prices are too high, I am obviously wrong because people buy it. If people did not
Yeah,
buy it, the
but I
prices
feel
would go
like less
down.
and less. I feel like people are buying it less and less. Like people are getting more and more
Uh,
tired of that, you know, daylight robbery, whatever they want to call it. And
yeah, like I've never bought a house
and are
in
buying into it
ESO
less and less.
because I'm just like, well, I could buy a
Oh,
whole game.
yeah, but we're not gonna talk about how many houses I have on ESO.
Just like, no, I'm gonna buy an indie game instead of this ESO house. Like a full 16-hour experience is what I'm gonna buy instead.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't blame you. That's
Uh,
why I only buy crowns now when they're on sale. Or I am, in that fortunate position where I am part of the ESO stream team and I do get crowns at the yearly sub and stuff. So I usually try and save that up, and when that's gone, that's gone. Unless there's an ESO crown store sale, then that's a different story.
yeah.
I love this Kickstarter topic though. We're doing so great.
We squirreled a little, but
It's a good squirrel. It was a good squirrel. It's still related,
I
kind of,
mean, I really
in a
said
way.
all we wanted to say about Kickstarter. It's just,
Same.
do it at your own risk. I
Mhm.
I definitely want them to continue existing
Oh,
because it
absolutely.
does make me feel more involved when I'm like, yeah, I
Mhm.
helped back this game, or like, hey, my
Yeah, I
my
did
name is
this.
in the 5 million long credits. uh,
I'm actually curious now. Has Star Sand? Nope. They have
no,
still not updated
yeah.
their Steam page. They've taken off the demo now, though. Uh, until a few days ago, the demo was still available. So there's that.
Hopefully, that's just to take it
Yeah.
down to shore it up. I'm always interested by the companies that take down their demo before release and then never put it back up because I'm just like, I guess it's for the companies that didn't make an actual demo.
Yeah.
We're just like, well, like, why wouldn't you want the demo to be there so that I can play it? Um, because I want to try it before I buy it. It could be Lava Slug brings up a good point. It could be something with Steam because I know a couple different indie devs that I've kind of been in the circles with have had different issues with Steam. Like On Together was never able to get their discount sorted out. Like it just didn't happen. And another one like they had to release like 2 days late because they were just still waiting on store page approval. So it is
Dang.
possible that like Star Sand has gotten caught in some kind of like I don't know, maybe their automated processes are like overwhelmed at the moment or something. I don't know. But
Yeah, and
yeah.
still though, I have to say there's this fantastic thing called social media where you can communicate
Well, in the news tab, like the
with your
news tab
following.
isn't subject to any of that stuff. So it's just like pop up a quick post. Like I Steam news tab
Anything.
is like one of my favorite ways to get my gaming news, by the way. If you were wondering how I get a lot of this, Steam news tab. It's so good. Um
That's true. That's true.
yeah. Okay. Well, I think that actually does segue into the last little bit because we gotta have a bit of a shorter one because I have stuff I need to do, unfortunately.
Mhm.
So Star Sand Island, we did have it in the last podcast because we thought it was releasing what on the first.
Yeah, it did
What
not.
is the new date? Do you remember?
I don't actually know. No, because I have
Um,
0. I don't. I'm not. I have honestly. I. I don't know.
I
It's the thing what
think.
you said. It's not on Steam, so can we trust?
Yeah, well, they did a post about it.
Oh my
Um,
god.
oh right, it
Star
was in our
Sand
group
Island.
chat, right?
Star Sand Island.
Yeah, okay, so it was going so the new release date allegedly is February 11th.
Okay.
So that would be next Wednesday. It's a weird day. And they did give us preliminary pricing that they're thinking of. Again, this is
It's
going
been on
into
their
early
Twitter.
access. Huh?
Okay, but then if it's pinned on their Twitter, it's more than their initial date because their initial release date was like nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, yeah, it was really
Like
hard to find
February 1st,
actually.
you had to deep dive to find the February 1st release date post.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So yeah,
So at least this is
allegedly
pinned on their
they're
Twitter.
releasing February 11th, but we don't know. We don't know. And it'll be early access, so you guys will have to
Fingers
decide for
crossed.
yourself if it's ready enough for you or if you
I'll
want to
be
wait.
playing it.
Luna will be playing it. I will probably wait. Mostly because I don't
Anybody's
have time.
curious. Test? Time?
Well, and I don't.
What's
It's like the
that?
Coral Island thing with you. It was the same reason I didn't get into Coral Island early access. I don't like early access on life sims, other than obviously Palia.
Also, Cess generally doesn't buy the games that I suggest to her.
That's true. I don't. I actually no. I am gonna play Star Sand
There was
Island.
no clap back at that. Why was there no fight? Why didn't you try and argue me on that?
uh,
My god. Okay,
I don't
well,
like
here you have
early
it.
access life sims because
She
they're not
just doesn't
ready.
like Luna suggested games.
No, that's a lie.
Fact.
I bought Goblin Cleanup. What do you mean? Although I knew about that one, so I
Oh.
guess it doesn't count.
See? See? Mm.
Just saying, it's not my
Mm.
fault I'm plugged in. All right. Anyway, that brings us into upcoming games, of which there's only one page, if you can believe it. If
Gasp.
you can believe it.
Gasp.
Huzzah! And furthermore, I have played demos for all of these games except for one.
I have not even heard about any of these games.
Yeah, that happens. That happens.
So take it
Okay.
away,
I will
Cess.
take it away. All right, first up, we have a game that I'm honestly so excited for. We played this game during Steam Next Fest, me and my friends. We played it a lot. Like we just kept playing the demo over and over again. This game is called Yap Yap. It's coming out February 3rd, so today. I don't
Yep, yep.
remember. I don't think it's early access. I think it's a full release. Um, and the reason that I really like this game is just it's just so silly. So it's a game where you use your voice to cast spells. So you have to like say certain spell words. But you have to kind of like pick them up throughout the level. So you only start with like two basic spells. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and so yeah, you have to like cast these spells and try and escape the tower. And there's like all of these creatures roaming the halls and all of these just silly little things that you can interact with. I mean, we were basically dead most of the time. Um, we weren't good at the game, but we had so much
You
fun
don't
with it.
have to be good at the game to have fun with the
Yeah,
game.
well, and it plays 6 people, so like a lot of games are only 4 people. So I always like to mention when there's games that play a little bit more, so it'll play 6 people, um,
Mm-hmm.
which is really nice. And I don't, we did there was a demo for a while. They've taken it down, and I don't know if they're gonna put it back up or not. Um,
Okay.
but we'll have to see how it's doing. Because it was in a decent state for the demo,
Hmm.
but it definitely needed some work. And they said they caught a lot of bugs and stuff. Um,
Okay.
so I'll have to let you all know once we get it and play it. But we really, really had fun with it, even when it was in its janky, demo state. So we'll see. It's a great game for clips. It really is.
I think you've spoken of this one before because like I didn't
Mhm.
remember the name, but I remembered you talking about it, like the
Yeah,
description of it.
I would have talked about it during the next fest that I played it. So, because we were so into it. And we've had a couple good co-op games that time, which has been dangerous because they're slowly coming out now. But yeah,
Okay.
February 3rd, check it out. It's on a 10% discount at the moment. So I think it was sitting at like $7.99 USD, which is a very nice price for co-op games, in my opinion. Like kind of anything under $10, I'm like, okay, I can probably convince my friends to play this.
Hmm.
You get higher than that and it starts getting harder.
Okay.
Next up, we have a cute little idle game called Familiar Findings. This is another one that I played during Next Fest. These devs actually reached out to me on Blue Sky, one of my Next Fest posts, and they're like, "Hey, our demo is in Next Fest if you want to try it out." And I don't think I was able to do it on stream, but I tried it out, and it's so cute. It's basically just a little creature collector idle game. So you turn it
Okay.
on, you earn currency just for having it on to buy little creatures, and then you can merge them together to make new ones. And so you just have your bottom of your screen just filled with these cute little, I mean, they look like little Pokemon. like, and you can just make new ones, and it was just really charming. And it's kind of got like it's got a witchy vibe to the whole thing. I really liked
Okay.
it.
It sounds really cute, honestly.
Yeah, and I like a good idle game. I'm getting more into them because they're nice to have going while I'm working. Um, and it doesn't really have too much to distract you from working. There's a little bit, but like you can put like little trees and benches down and stuff and decorate the bottom of your screen. But for the most part, it's just about having cute little guys chilling down there.
I feel
And
like
that
I need
comes
to
out.
try idle games more because like I always feel too distracted by them personally.
Well, I think so. Like
Like
the
they do
initial
look really
setup
cute.
is always distracting, right? Because you're like playing with it
Right.
and figuring it out. But like as you go further on, eventually there's not as much that you need to do, or you need to collect more currency, and so then it becomes a true idle game where it just sits there and collects things while you're doing other stuff.
Hmm.
And then you can, poke them occasionally, and they'll do cute things.
Occasionally. And when does that
Yeah,
release? Sorry, I cut you off.
February 9th. Um,
Okay.
and it still does have a demo, so if you want to try it out before you buy it, you can. And the little sprites, honestly, they did such a good job, and that has like little lore for all of them. It's really cute, very charming. Um,
Okay.
Next we have something in a bit of a different genre. Another game that I did get to play during, I think it was Next Fest. Um, it's called Shadows of the Afterland, and it is a adorable point and click game. Where I say adorable, I mean adorable is not the right word. It's a point and click game. I thought it was adorable because you're like a little blue ghost. But basically, like you die and you're in the afterlife, but you're not in your body. Like it seems like you've been mixed up with somebody else who like died at the same time or something. Like it's just this really weird thing where you're just like something isn't right here. And so you go into the afterlife and you have to try and be like, "Hey, I'm not like this isn't what I'm supposed to look like. This is
Hmm.
not who I am. Like I'm somebody else's soul or something." And so you gotta like go under there and do all the classic point and click stuff, like combining ridiculous items and there's some like timey-wimey stuff going on, but I loved the demo. I thought it was so charming. Like there's so much heart that has gone into this game. Like, it's just oozing with personality everywhere. So I'm very excited for their release on February 10th. The demo is still up if you want to try it. And if you're a classic point and click player, I think you'll like it because it hits all those buttons while also having just really, really funny dialogue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna be playing it, right?
Yeah, I don't know if right away, but you know. Whoa,
Once
you
she
got
gets
way
past her
noisier.
backlog. Oh, sorry.
You're fine. I was just
leaning
like,
forward.
suddenly Luna. Suddenly Luna.
Sorry.
Okay. Next is a game that is absolutely not for Luna. Don't even pull up this Steam page, Luna. You
Oh,
won't
God.
like what you see.
Okay.
Next up is one I'm actually very excited for. I tried the demo during Next Fest. It's called Reanimal. And it's by the original creators of Little Nightmares 1 and 2. So when you play it, it plays a lot like Little Nightmares, and it has that atmosphere and that weirdness that it felt like the third Little Nightmares was lacking a little bit of. So it really feels like a spiritual successor to Little Nightmares. You know, similar gameplay, new world, new lore, and I am so excited. And it's co-op. But that comes out February 13th to make you scream. And it has a demo that is still there that you can try out where you can play the first little chunk of the game and get a taste of it. I'm so excited. And lastly, the only one that I haven't tried is an adorable little game called Double Dungeon. This one you can look up, Luna. You'll like this one. This game comes out on February 16th, and it's like your classic turn-based tactical RPG, but it's almost like you're using figurines, like as if you were in the real world, but you're not. You're still playing as them, so it's got this very unique look to it. And it just, honestly, it looks like it's going to be a really silly, fun time. I love a good tactical, turn-based RPG, and there aren't a lot of them. And a lot of the ones that are out aren't very nice to look at, I'll say. They're not aesthetically pleasing to me, but this one is. Like, they look like little figurines, like little clay guys with turn-based combat. So, yeah. If that sounds like something you're into, that's Double Dungeon. February 16th. They do still have a demo. It is single player, but it looks like it has a cute little story. And there's also a character that just makes me think of Aloy. So, yeah. I only had one page this time, surprisingly. This is it. These are the games that I know of that are coming out between now and next podcast, which is on February 17th. Which, by the way, listeners, for those of you that are listeners of Pixel Yaps Live, so on my channel right now, in the future, it will be starting at 12:30 instead of 12. So half an hour later than you guys are used to. But I will still be here co-working with you. I think Luna might be dealing with aggro of some kind. Yep. There she is. I figured. I just kept going.
Thank you.
I was like, she's not talking. Her model's not moving. I'll just keep going. Anyway.
I did send you a Discord message.
Oh.
But I wasn't sure if you'd see it.
I did not see it. But it's okay.
Fair.
It's okay. We're done.
Yeah.
Upcoming releases are done.
I did listen in.
All right.
Stalling so well. Thank you so much for stalling.
It's fine. It happens. That's why there's two of us.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Anyway, that is all we have for this episode 18 of Pixel Yaps. Thank you all
I am
so
gonna
much for being
quickly
here. Yeah.
I'm gonna quickly segue into I want us to promote each other or ourselves and with what we're doing currently on our channels. So yeah, I'm Loonaromi, one of the podcast hosts, and you can find me on Twitch 4 days a week. And I'm hopefully going to be multi-streaming soon as well. But I do upload no 4 times a week also on YouTube and TikTok as well. And I have a fun new project at the moment that I am doing called Sprinkle of VTubing, which is basically a thing where I showcase customizable models because there's so many. If you're watching the live stream or even the VOD of the live stream, you'll see that I'm actually using a different model. This is a free one I'm using right now by Mikuti. And that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be showcasing customizable models and just talking about easy ways, tips, and tricks to get into VTubing. That's
Yeah,
what
so
I'm
make sure
doing.
you are subscribing to that, especially if you think you want to get into VTubing or just want,
All
to
the
dress up
VTubers.
cute little avatars. I mean, some of them
It's
are
such an
free.
over expensive dress up game.
Well,
Which
we all have our
also
crosses to bear.
Which also brings me to a new app that actually released yesterday, Emote Lab. Check it out. You can, if you're a creator or VTuber or a streamer in any way, shape, or form, you can create emotes, alerts, and all that with that, and they're animated. So definitely check out Emote Lab on Steam if you haven't already.
Yeah, that looks super
Okay, you may
interesting.
take it away again now. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. Well, that was Luna. I'm Cesire. I do stream
Hi.
5 days a week on twitch.tv/it's a tree with 3 E's. And I also upload my shorts and occasionally long form content to my YouTube at It's a
Occasionally.
Cesare. And I'm Cesare on Blue Sky as well. And actually, I'm thinking about multi-streaming to YouTube as well. But like you,
There's
I'm like,
nothing wrong with it, honestly.
yeah, just like bring those
Like,
communities together a little bit.
yeah, exactly. And if you're on the Purple app, you know that discoverability here ain't great. And discoverability on some other platforms are better. And I've talked to a lot of people who grew their Twitch through multi-streaming. So definitely it's worth a shot. You can't go wrong. If you don't do it, you'll always wonder. If you do it, you'll know. So try it.
Yeah. So, some of you may be able to hear both myself and Loonaromi on your preferred platform of choice in the near future. But that's it for Pixel Yaps this week. You can catch the
That's a
episode
yeah.
on Luna's YouTube. We also have a
Mhm.
Spotify for it as well for now. So,
As long as it keeps cooperating, we'll have it. When it doesn't cooperate
yeah.
anymore, well, you'll know because it won't be there.
That is a yap. Thank you all so much. Take care.
Bye. Pixels and yaps. Pixels and yaps. We like pixels and computer games. Pixels and yaps. Pixels and yaps. We're yapping about pixels and computer games. Pixels and yaps.